suspicious transaction.
Pero there's no such thing in the law na doubtful or kaduda-duda.
Unusual.
It's just covered or suspicious.
Suspicious. So, parang nagduda ka and inimbestigahan.
Walang middle layer, ibig sabihin.
Yes.
Pag above the threshold, tapos covered institution, like casinos, real estate, automatic i-report. Kasi covered institution.
Yes.
Ngayon, ordinary depositor, pumunta sa bangko, nag-deposit o nag-withdraw ng more than 500, that's above the threshold, it becomes a covered transaction.
Yes, sir.
So wala akong kaduda-duda.
Yes, sir.
Suspicious lang. Wala yung middle. It's either you categorize it into covered or suspicious. Wag na ho tayo mag-usap ng kaduda-duda, or unusual pala, sorry. Wag na natin pag-usapan yung unusual. Either kaduda-duda lang or covered.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Senator Judge Villanueva for his second round.
Yes, no, Mr. President, just a short. Interjection. I was looking at the BSP circular number 1215, and in this circular of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, it says here, a transaction is considered unusual when it shows patterns that are inconsistent with the account owner's usual behavior, is not commensurate with the known business or financial capacity of the account owner, or deviates from the account owner's profile. So, naintindihan niyo po ito when you say unusual, di po ba? Pumapasok po dito sa BSP
pero
circular.
Hindi yan iba yung kaduda-duda.
Again, sir?
Whenever you said that this is unusual, pumapasok
sa
po
gobyerno yun.
dito sa kategoryang ito pumapasok
Pero
ng BSP
hindi ka
circular
naman ng government,
1215,
Hindi
yung
naman
binabanggit po ninyo.
individual.
Ang transaksyon ay considered unusual kung ito po ay nagpapakita ng patterns that are inconsistent with the account owner's usual behavior.
So, kaya po siya unusual, sir.
Yun nga po, kaya tinatanong ko po kayo,
Yes,
whenever
sir.
you say this, na it's unusual, dahil pumapasok po siya sa kategoryang ito.
Yes, sir.
Salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
Senator Judge Lacson is recognized.
Medyo na-confuse lang ako kanina. I did not mean
Bumalik si Lacson. Talaga inilalabay niya na wala sa batas yung kaduda-duda. Lahat ng transaksyon ng gobyerno, basta gobyerno, pagtiwala ka, gobyerno, gano'n. Ano ba dapat? Huwag tayo magtiwala.
kaduda-duda, but yung unusual na sinasabi kong wala.
Yes.
Thank you. Kasi yung kaduda-duda na mistook ko as unusual. So,
Ako na po yung nag-translate nun. Suspicious equals kaduda-duda, unusual kakaiba. Senator Judge Lauren Legarde is recognized for her interjection. You may proceed, ma'am, when you're ready, and you have 2 minutes. Interjection. You may proceed, ma'am, when you're ready, and you have 2 minutes.
Just very briefly, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Nag-ubos lang ng oras to mga...
After hearing all the words unusual, suspicious, illegal, but I just wanted to understand,
Pinasukan ng
Ma'am
illegal.
Camposano, matapos po maging subject ng congressional
Camposano
inquiry ang
pala
mga
si
transaction na
Ganun
ito,
Tagalan.
nagsagawa ba ho ang Land Bank ng anumang internal review kung paano hinanda, na-authorize,
Naku
or
po.
na-release ang cash?
Bobo rin talaga ito.
Internal
Pati ba naman-
review po ng Land Bank?
Yes,
Tinatanong
because you
pa yun?
used words unusual, suspicious, all of that. I just wanted to know,
Unusual.
pagkatapos po nangyari
Ngayon
yun,
lang nangyari
ay
pero
was there any internal
illegal na ba
review?
yun?
I just
Porket
wanted to understand that.
unusual.
After ng Congress hearing, Your Honor?
Yes, because
Duda-duda
doon po
lang.
namin unang nabatid yung inyong
Ang
mga
dami talagang
statements.
tangang senador,
Yes.
no?
Hindi ko na po masagot yan, Your Honor, because I was with Land Bank DOTR na po nung time na yon. So kung ano man po yung nangyari with DepEd branch at the time, after
Dati
the
pala
congressional
kami.
hearing,
Manager.
Hindi ko po
Ngayon,
alam.
hindi na.
Oh, so after the hearings, when you made these manifestations, hindi po kayo pamilyar kung nagkaroon po ng pagbabago, ng review,
Naku po, hindi na
i-assess
nasa-review.
yung proseso dahil po sa inyong
Basta may
mga
pera sila.
kaalaman.
yes, Your
Linipat
Honor.
na po kayo.
Yung land bank kasi may pera
No.
na nakadeposit.
I was with Land Bank DOTR na during the congressional hearing.
Yes. And so you were not called for any review based on your revelation.
Bakit i-reviewin? Pwede pa yung AMLAC. Bangko yan nag-deposit ng pera ng land bank, mag-withdraw anong back mo sila kay question pera nila yun. Tanga. Ang dami talagang bobo senator, no? Grabe.
Wala po.
Okay. So, I had many questions. I was supposed to ask you, anong saklaw ng review, ano ang security arrangements, documentation, reporting requirements. But if you're not familiar with the review, so you will not be able to answer. So, do we assume then that the process is still the same? Kung walang binago po, ibig po bang sabihin na Land Bank considered the existing process sufficient and that the same transaction could still be handled in substantially the same manner today? Gusto ko po lang maintindihan kung unusual, usually kakausapin dapat yan o a-assess ang proseso.
2 days nga bago sila mag-withdraw tumawag na para mapaghandaan yung ganong amount Ngayon, bumayo yung manager na-prove niya ano problema nyo? Ano
But
problema
if it was not, how is the process today? Paano po nagbago kung meron man?
Wala pagbabago.
Kung sa ngayon po, ang nagbago po ang proseso niyan dahil meron na pong tayong BSP guidelines na ang amount lang po ng cash na mailalabas is up to 1 million. Then, pagka more than 1 million, ay kailangan na po ng necessary approvals.
Yes, I'm talking about the changes, evaluation, assessment after the congressional inquiry. Did this, are you referring to a BSP guideline that was given after the congressional inquiry?
I know, ma'am.
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. From the time, ma'am, that you gave those statements, and if you found it unusual, and up to now, I wanted to know whether there was any internal, yes, I take note of that, internal assessments to review so that there could be changes for security arrangements. If none, and if not familiar with you, I leave it at that. Except that normally in life, when something is unusual, which is not necessarily suspicious, which is not necessarily illegal, but you assess and you make changes to improve the process. But you're saying you are not familiar with any such investigations or assessment or review.
Hindi siya familiar. Meron bang gano'n kasi? Siya mababasa yun. Anong guidelines yan? Yung sinasabi mong review, assess. As long as government transaction, Legal na yan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Senator Judge Padilla first. Apologies, Senator Allen. Senator Judge Padilla for his interjections. Thereafter, Senator Judge Alan Cayetano. You have 2 minutes, sir. You may proceed when you're ready.
Maraming salamat po. Isang mabilis lang po ito. Pagka sinabi pong unusual, hindi pangkaraniwan. Hindi po ba?
Yes.
Kapag sinabing suspicious, ibig sabihin kahinahinala.
Apa, sir.
Wala po kayong nakitang kahinahinala. Hindi po ba?
Government yan.
Wala naman po.
Opo, ibig sabihin hindi po illegal.
Wala naman. Ang ano lang po kasi namin is yun sa check and cash.
Opo, ibig sabihin wala pong illegal.
Wala po.
Nakita. Okay. Maraming salamat po. Sa prosecution naman po ako. Ginoong prosecutor,
Buti pa to si Padilla.
pangkaraniwan po ba ang confidential fund?
Your Honor, yung confidential fund po, sa akin pong pagkakaalam, ito po'y binibigay sa
Pangkaraniwan po ba siya na
Depende
ibinibigay?
po. Depende
Ba't
po sa mga
napag-confidential,
government
ano?
agency at saka
So
head
hindi
ng
po siya
agency.
pangkaraniwan kasi depende.
Nakasalang
Tama po.
eh. Taka
Salamat
rin
po.
talaga ito.
Thank you, Senator Judge Padilla. Senator Judge Alan Cayetano is recognized for his interjections. You have 2 minutes, sir. You may proceed when you're ready.
Ito, matalino ito. Tingnan natin.
May family, gutom parati.
Para
Tingnan natin
mabusog,
kung paano
chicken
yung
magmulagi.
balihin yung bata.
Napakasulit, napakalaki.
Ako ito eh. Tingnan natin.
Recognized for his interjections. You have 2 minutes, sir. You may proceed when you're ready.
I think most senators already clarified, but just a little bit more. Magandang hapon, Madam Witness.
Afternoon, sir.
So, are you familiar with confidential or intelligence or discretionary funds?
No, sir.
Yeah. So, yung usual or unusual, depende kung saan ka naka-assign. Kasi for example, kung sa Malacanang ka naka-assign, and parating may intelligence funds ang Malacanang, and whether, I don't know how much they usually withdraw, whether it's 25, 50, 100. So if they always do it, then it's usual, right?
Yes, sir.
If they don't, if it's just a one time that year, oh, unusual, bakit suddenly, right? So whether it's you or the previous witness, ang tinatanong lang namin kung usual sa branch niya.
Usual.
Di ba yung in your case kasi you've been assigned to different branches handling different agencies, but not all agencies have confidential funds. So so yung pag tinanong sa usual, you're just being honest kung again, kung if it's usual or not usual or unusual, right?
Yes, sir.
Or put it another way, di ba? If you're a kind of person that you love everyone, then
Basta
I'm first time
government,
ko pumunta sa branch mo,
hindi
I
na
love Alan, then it's
pinag-usapan
usual.
yung
Di ba? Sabi nga ni Tom Jones, it's not unusual to be loved by you. Di ba?
Basta
Kung,
yung
kung
pera
yun ang
nila,
usual.
lalabas
If
nila,
you're the type of
approve
person
na
naman
yan,
that you
basta
don't
tingin
like
mo,
anyone,
mataas
then
na
suddenly I
officer
go to
ng
your branch,
agency.
sasabihin naman ng mga tao doon, ma'am, medyo unusual, ba't mo nagustuhan
Hindi,
siya? Di ba?
basta pinirmahan nyo ng
So I think yun din yung isang
signatory.
tinaklarify ni
Kasi
Senator
meron
Tulfo, ni Senator
tinatawag.
Lacson, etc.
Pirmado
ni
yun, sir,
na
kami.
iba yung suspicious and
Signatory.
covered kasi may legal implications
Legal
yon.
yun.
Yung usual, unusual, we're
Wala
just
ka
trying to
nang
get to the truth of
pwedeng
what's
talaga
happening here. So the other point what I want to make is that
Wala na masyadong
siguro sa
tanong-tanong.
prosecution ko na to itanong dahil we're all legislators here,
Agency.
Honorable Chua, no? Is it usual for DepEd to have confidential funds?
Your Honor, I believe that this is the first time that
Yes.
DepEd received confidential.
Yes, in fact, here in the Senate, in caucus, ako lang halos ang nag-object. I think dalawa lang kami o tatlo. Ang sinabi ko nun sa chairman namin ng Committee in Finance, if the Vice President needs that amount, let's put it all in OVP, same amount na nire-request niya kasi at least dun usually naman talaga meron kasi nga or pwede kasi ano siya
bilisan mo. No, 2 minutes ka lang ha. 2 minutes lang.
Vice President siya eh. And then kung siya ay nasa Security Council or kung siya ay nasa any law enforcement. Ang argument ko noon, if you put it in DepEd, paano pag napalitan yung secretary? Will we continue it, etc.? So anyway, I just agree with the other senators here that as we go along, let's help the public understand the difference between covered, suspicious, and usual, unusual, para lang walang conclusions that are made that are prejudicial to either the prosecution or the defense. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you, Senator Judge Cayetano. There being no other Senator judges who wish to make interjections, Ms. Camposano, you are excused, ma'am. Thank you very much for your time and your cooperation. Salamat po sa inyong pakikilahok sa pagdinig na ito ng impeachment court. You are excused, ma'am. On the part of the prosecution, may I know who are your witnesses for next week's trial?
Your
The
Honor,
lead prosecutor is recognized.
Your Honor, and in response to your question, we are requesting for the issuance of subpoena duces tecum and subpoena testificandum for the following witnesses. 1. Roderick C. Wamil, former State Auditor of COA ICFAO. Address is Commission on Audit, Central Office Compound, Commonwealth Avenue, Quezon City. 2. Ms. Silene May L. Del Campo, Present State Auditor of COA ICFAO with same address. 3. Ms. Marivic Pareha, Director of House of Representative Legislative Information Resources Management Department, Batasang Pambansa Complex, Batasan Hills, Quezon City. Your Honor, these 3 witnesses are intended to be presented on August 3, August 4, and August 5 trial schedules.
In that order.
Yes, Your Honor.
Honorable
Hindi
Ministro.
na matutuloy
So
yan kasi
first Roderick, next
mag-i-resign na
Silene, and
bukas.
third would be Marivic.
July 30
That's
si
correct,
Bibi
Your
Sara.
Honor.
The clerk of court is directed to issue the corresponding subpoena ad testificandum, subpoena ducis tecum to the aforementioned witnesses
Pag
at the
nag-resign na si
aforestated
Bibi Sara,
addresses
July
of the
30
witnesses
ng
mentioned by
umaga,
the
bago
lead
mag-
prosecutor. So ordered.
Sasabit na yan bago magsimula yung hearing. O yung
Chair would
trial.
like to dispose of one other administrative matter. Last July 15, the Honorable Aquino asked a question before this court regarding the procedure. If after each article we will hear both the prosecution and the defense, and the presiding officer responded in the negative, citing as basis the precedent in the Corona impeachment trial, the only trial that actually went through the whole course, wherein the prosecution finished presentation of their evidence with respect to all of the articles of impeachment that they did not withdraw. Thereafter, the defense presented their evidence with respect to the articles of impeachment that were not withdrawn by the prosecution. Sometime last week, the presiding officer, based on some of the suggestions by some of the senator judges, called for a sidebar with the lead prosecutor and the lead counsel for respondent to throw a question at them if they're open to changing the procedure to the one suggested in open court by Senator Bam Aquino. However, subject to one condition, that both parties should be agreeable, that both parties should agree. We are in receipt of a manifestation. Actually, just a reminder to the council, to the panel for prosecutors, you filed a manifestation, not a manifestation. The manifestation dated 7/27 and the response of the respondents dated 7/28,
Manifesto.
wherein it is
Manifestation.
clear based on your written manifestations that there is no agreement between the two parties. Therefore, we shall proceed as originally ruled by the chair from the inquiry of Senator Bam Aquino. We shall finish with the presentation of the evidence in chief of the prosecutors for all the articles of impeachment that they will not withdraw. I'm saying that only because of the Corona impeachment experience we had, wherein some articles were withdrawn by the prosecution. Thereafter, we will hear the evidence in chief of the respondent for all the articles that
Ang dami senador, pero ilan lang yung nagtanong siya. Bakit? Tama naman. Wala naman dapat itanong eh. Kasi trabaho lang ng landmark mag-release. Kasi pondo nila yan eh. Babawasan lang yung pondo. Nakalagay naman sa voucher yun. Kasi bakit din niya tinanong ko ano nakasulat sa voucher, kasi sa voucher makikita doon kung ano yung purpose ng withdrawin kung saan gagamitin. Hindi yata nila ibig sabihin ng voucher nakatouch yun. Hindi mo dadalhin yung check doon na walang voucher.
Remain or all the articles that evidence will be presented by the prosecution. So ordered. If there are no other matters, Senator Judge Zubiri is recognized.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, there is just a request from most of our colleagues here that if we can adjust our schedule in the mornings to 10:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon. Because the minority leader who comes from Bikutan, inaabutan po siya ng traffic pag maaga. Ganun din ang haba ng biyahe niya. So baka pwede naman ma-adjust natin ng 10:30 ng umaga and then 3:30 ng hapon tayo matapos at 4 o'clock tayo mag-session. Kasi anyway, ililipat lang naman natin yung mga lamesa. Madali naman yan gawin. You don't need 1 hour to That is the first question. I have a second question. The second question is, may we start our legislative session today earlier?
We will respond to
At 3
both.
o'clock. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Lapid would like to amend that a bit. If we can start at 10:30 and end at 2:30 so that we can
3:30.
begin our session regularly at 3.
Hindi, 3:30.
Senator
Mr.
Judge
Senate
Lacson.
President, Mr. Presiding Officer, ikokos na lang po natin yung first manifestation ni Majority Leader.
So if we will hold the caucus
Kasi
first, we have to
ako, I
adjourn today
prepared
at a specific time. So will it be 10 or 10:30?
I would prepare 10 o'clock, so I would suggest na ikokos natin.
Ba, pagkukukusan pa yung 10 to or 10:30? Hindi umalis ka sa bahay ng maaga para makarating ka alas 10. Ang bihira naman, hindi porket paano ka matatraffic ko namang
10 for
mga
this Monday,
escort naman
August 3.
kayo.
Then we adjust after the caucus. But for this afternoon, upon authorization of the Senate President, we shall convene at 3 p.m. the regular session of the Senate for today. There being no other matters to be taken up,
There are no other matters to be taken up. Session is adjourned. Yun mo yun?
the trial is adjourned until August 3 at 10 a.m.
Gusto
in
rin
the
na.
morning and session for this afternoon.
Gusto rin na pala ang sunod. Bukas kasi 30 tapos 31. Wala. August 3 na raw.
Noon shall be convened at 3 p.m. for the information of all the senators. Trial is adjourned.
Trial
At
is
dyan po
adjourned.
nagtatapos ang ikasampung
Trial
araw ng
is
impeachment
adjourned.
trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Magandang hapon. Ako si Carmina Constantino. Nasaksihan natin ang pagsalaysay ng dating land bank manager na si Nanita Campusano ukol sa kabuoang 112.5 million pesos na withdrawal ng Education Department noong panahong pinamumunuan ito ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Siya ang ikalawang witness na iprinesinta ng prosecution ngayong araw matapos sumalang ang isa pang dating land bank manager na si Violeta Constantino kaninang umaga sa witness stand.
YouTube channel.
Pareho pong sinabi ng dalawang witness na unusual ang laki ng halaga ng cash withdrawals ng DepEd at Office of the Vice President. Sila ang unang dalawang witnesses ng prosecution tungkol sa Article 1, ang umano'y paglustay ng bise ng confidential funds. Kasama natin ngayon via Zoom ang veteran impeachment trial lawyer na si Jose Roy III. Attorney Roy, magandang hapon. Thanks for joining us today.
Good afternoon, Carmina. Good afternoon.
Dumami. So, sana po, pakisupport lang po yung aking YouTube channel. So, maraming salamat po muli sa inyong panonood. Good day and God bless.